trick you just saw was an example of take the spectator's card from the middle of the deck to the top. Here's an example. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have you select a card. There's no duplicates in this deck. There's no nothing. And you got to do this any method you want to, but I prefer riffling down and just telling me to stop. Put it in. It's still your card. It's still actually your card. Now this is the trick from an exposed view. You're going to take it, you take it, and it just goes exactly like that. This trick requires a pinky break, a lifting of the cards, and then a hiding just like that. So the first thing you do is you have the spectator, they get their chosen card, and when it's just about in the middle, what you do is you get a pinky break, and it's going to be a lot bigger than your normal one. It's going to be as far in as you can. You get their other card, and obviously, this is the break. This is how it looks like from the back. Just exactly like that. And then the move is when you take it, it gets lifted up, and you take the other packet, lift it up slightly, just goes under, and suddenly with your snap, wave, fingers, whatever you do, their card just comes to the top. Here's how the break would look like from a spectator's view. Now here's the trick from my view. There are many ways to get the break, and they're utilized in many tricks such as ambitious card routine and the biddle trick. You guys will see those later on our channel. One of the ways to get the break is you have a spring going, and you tell the spectator to tell them when to stop, and they'll say stop, and then you get it. Then you get the card down, you get the break quickly, and you just put the packet on top. Another way is you got the cards going out, you're fanning them out, and then they've got the selected card, and they put it back down, and under the cover of your fan when you're pushing it back in, you get the break. This is what it would look like without the fan. You just kind of put your pinky down under the fan, just like that. Then when you put the fan on, your break is already there, ready to go for the trick. Now the levering of the top card packet is one of the hardest things to learn. So what I used to do when I was learning this trick, I would take it, I would just take half the deck, I would go out whenever I was watching TV, I would just take it and I'd go riffle down to wherever, I'd just start doing the lift. Now lift is kind of difficult, so what you need to do is you make sure you need good leverage, good finger positioning, good everything. What you do is you get your pinky break going, you get it real deep, you gotta have it deep as you can. What you do is you get your middle finger and ring finger slanted across the deck, then you use your pinky as leverage to push open the deck and pivoting on your middle knuckles, I guess. And then what it looks like from this angle is like this. It's just going up. What you want to do is extend all three fingers. Extend them straight up so it's going to look like that. Just extend them. And you want to kind of feel around with the control of the deck, make sure everything's working. And here this is what the extension would look like. Just kind of uncurling them all like you would do that. And then once you get it good, you want to start just trying to get it underneath your hand so that nobody sees it. So like this, like that, and you just kind of have it underneath cover so nobody sees it, and you can do this great. What you want to do with the leverage, you want to get it so you're holding the deck like this, middle finger, thumb. You get it, you're holding it here, just about 3/4 of the way, and you want it to go under that little bridge your fingers make, so nobody can see it. So it's just like this. Get your pinky break, and you go under. Now before you get onto this part of the trick, you want to have your pinky lifting. You want to have your pinky lifting with half the deck. Good. Good under cover of your hand so nobody can see it. You want to have this down with your full deck too, so you can just lift it with nobody seeing it. Now this part of the trick is where you gotta jam it into your thumb. You can't make this obvious though, otherwise the move is pretty much messed up. But so what you want to do is once you have the lift up, once you're in kind of at the right angle, 45 to 90 degrees, you take your middle and pointer finger and thumb, and you push it into your thumb as hard as you can without making it obvious, so it looks something like this. Here's another view, just like this, and you got it in. So basically what it looks like without the other deck and my hand in the way, looks like this. You're just taking the deck and going like that into your thumb. You can see I'm pushing down pretty hard, and that's what you want to do when you've got this trick. Now, as I said in the previous clip, all of this takes lots of practice, and you want to make sure you have all the moves down pat before you do anything, otherwise you'll be fumbling down, cards going everywhere, and nobody likes picking up their cards. So what you want to do, after you have the jam move perfect, you want to go, once you're at this position, where it's jammed in, a little thing you should do is lift up the bottom packet just a bit, so it's a lot easier to slide the other packet in. And so another view of this would be kind of exposed from the back. You got it like this. You lift it up after you've jammed it into your thumb. You want to use this part of your thumb as kind of as a pivot point. So that's why you want to jam it in so hard. You want to have it nice in there so you can pivot off of it, just like that. And that pivot will allow you to slide the top packet of the cards underneath it really easily. So once I've got it at this point, once it's all lifted up and jammed in there, you pivot it up, slide the other deck under, and you've got your invisible pass. Now I'm going to show you guys some things I've personally run into while doing these tricks. One of them is that the cards will just fan out when I'm lifting it up. They'll just go everywhere and everybody can see it. One of the things I do is kind of just lay around doing nothing but this and figure out the perfect way that I can lift the packet up without it going anywhere or spreading out. Another thing that a lot of people run into is their hands are too small to do this trick, and when they're lifting up, they'll either hit up in their hand and it's just not good, and then or they can't get it to go around and they can't grab the whole packet. So one of the things you kind of want to do is you got to make sure your fingers are really arched like that. And here you can see it in this. My fingers are really arched. You also make like a box shaped thing. Another thing is you just got to make sure your fingers are out of the way. You can kind of hold up near the top of the packet more so it clears it easier. Another method to kind of conceal this move is the square up one, where people are like, okay, I'm just going to take your deck, square it up, and on the way down they do the move under the concealment of their hand. This is a really good method. You just got to be really careful on going up, because if you don't have a good enough grip, your cards will just fall out or they'll start sliding everywhere, and you don't want to make the trick perfect. Nothing sliding everywhere, everything clean, squared up. You got to make sure nothing. And another thing people do is after they've done the move, they'll give the deck a riffle just to show that it's clean, it's good, and everything. And that's just some of the common mistakes that come along with the invisible pass. To kind of wrap up this video, just remember, lift the packet up cleanly, jam into your thumb, pivot off your thumb, put it under, do it, square it up, and practice in front of mirrors just to learn the angle so nobody's seeing it, and do this amazing move. It's great, nobody can see it. Do this move to inspire, awe, and shatter minds.